I welcome one and all present in today's FDP, and it's my privilege to read a brief profile of our director, Dr. Sandeep Bharadwaj, VES B School. Dr. Sandeep Bharadwaj is director in charge at VES Business School. He has the right mix of industry and academic experience, having worked in various managerial positions in corporate for more than 17 years and in academic for more than 12 years. His area of specialization is marketing, and he has been inspiring future marketers by teaching various subjects in marketing domain. At the core, he is a people's person, which makes him an idol to be part of team and lead them. He successfully manages the intellectual resource at VESIM, ensuring that the objectives of the programs are met to the complete satisfaction of the students through the efforts of the teaching staff. I would request Dr. Sandeep Bharadwaj to take the dais and please give a warm welcoming address to all the participants and the dignitaries of today's event. Sir, please.
Hello, sir. Are you there?
Yes, I am here. Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you, Pranjal. Welcome everybody to this Social Entrepreneurship Management FDP. I am very glad to make this opening welcome to all of you. I would like to basically start with a small brief about why this workshop and what are you going to experience in the next 5 days. So let's take a little shift back and understand why social entrepreneurship and why this concept of social entrepreneurship. So the problem with the communism was that profit was never the motive. And the problem with capitalism is that profit is the only motive. The basic flaw in capitalism has consequences of financial and social inequality and a never-ending stress on the environment. The year was 2008. The US and then the world saw the worst economic disaster since the Great Depression of 1929. Also known as the Great Financial Crisis, it led to a severe financial crisis worldwide. Excessive risk-taking by banks combined with the bursting of the United States housing bubble damaged the financial institutions globally, culminating with the bankruptcy of Lehman Brothers and leading to an international banking crisis. But the global financial crisis led to something much more impactful, and that was the Occupy Wall Street. Occupy Wall Street was a protest movement against economic inequality that began in the Zuccotti Park located in New York's Wall Street Financial District in September 2011. It gave rise to the wider Occupy movement in the United States and other countries. The main issue raised by Occupy Wall Street were social and economic inequality, greed, corruption, and the undue influence of corporations on government, particularly from the financial services sector. The Occupy Wall Street slogan was, "We are the 99%. It refers to the income and wealth inequality in the US between the wealthiest 1% and rest of the population. The situation in India today is not very different. Social entrepreneurship, on the other hand, has come about as a manna from heaven to challenge this hegemony of 1%. Social entrepreneurship is an approach by individuals, groups, startup companies or entrepreneurs in which they develop, fund, and implement solutions to social, cultural, or environmental issues. This concept may be applied to a wide range of organizations which vary in size, aims, and beliefs. For-profit entrepreneurs typically measure performance using business metrics like profit, revenue, increase in stock prices, etc. Social entrepreneurs, however, are either non-profit or they are blend for-profit with generating a positive returns to society. Therefore, they use different metrics. Social entrepreneurship typically attempts to further broad social, cultural, and environmental goals often associated with the voluntary sector in areas such as poverty, elevation, healthcare, and community development. This FDP has been designed to get a deep insight into the world of social entrepreneurship and how to manage a social enterprise. Who better than Nobel laureate Dr. Mohammad Yunus to kickstart this event? The man is a walking, talking example of what social enterprise should be. The man who taught the world the meaning of the word social entrepreneurship. We are proud to welcome him for this FDP, whom you will be meeting in the later half today. In addition, we have a galaxy of star speakers who will share with you their experiences and philosophies on the given topic. I extend a warm welcome to all these galaxy of speakers who will be introduced to you as we go along. The objective of this SDP is to expose the participants to the field of social entrepreneurship, with a particular emphasis on understanding how social entrepreneurs affect and create changes in poor communities in developing world. Another objective is to evaluate the challenges of social entrepreneurship by designing social enterprise or recommending changes to an existing social enterprise to improve its performance. And lastly, participants will recognize the importance and applications of this subject to extensive reading, class participation, assignments, and exposure to social entrepreneurs. We as an institute are very thankful to AICTE Training and Learning Atal Academy for considering us to deliver this FDP. Our in-house Atal coordinator, Dr. Lakshmi Gotel, has made tremendous efforts to make this a reality. All thanks to Dr. Nisha Pandey. She has been a focus of this entire FDP, and she has been leading the entire effort. Above all, I welcome all the eager participants today. All of you have really made us work towards making this successful. It is your enthusiasm that has made us working tirelessly to bring this for you. So here is wishing you all a great learning experience. Thank you, everybody, and enjoy your next 5 days. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sandeep Bharadwaj, and for such an insightful and energetic all welcoming address to one and all present over here. I would request Ms. Dipali to take it over the further session. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Lakshmi ma'am, and thank you, sir, for such an insightful word. So, good morning, all the participants over here. With social entrepreneurship offering a new road to catalyze change, social enterprises are the vehicles that propel us towards more equitable destination. These were a few lines which I read some few days ago while I was reading a research paper on social entrepreneurship, and it is my privilege even to be a part of the FDP, which is scheduled for 5 days. While we proceed on with the FDP events of 5 days, I would like to call upon the program director, Dr. Nisha Pandey, to give us the detailed overview of how this particular FDP is going to. So for program introduction, I would like to invite Dr. Nisha Pandey. Before we proceed on, I take this privilege to introduce you to Dr. Nisha ma'am. Dr. Nisha Pandey is Associate Professor and Chairperson, Social Entrepreneurship Cell at Vivekananda Education Society, Institute of Management, Mumbai. She has received DST NIMT project in 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18 for conducting entrepreneurship programs for 3 consecutive years. She received funding from South Asian Network of Development and Environment Economics. Also, to her kitty, there will be multiple national and international research papers. She has been to University of Utah during April 2016 for a part of Academy of Management, Chicago in 2018, 9 social business conference in Bangkok. Dr. Pandey has worked in various interdisciplinary research projects in several institutes of international repute like Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, Management Development Institute, Gurgaon, Harcourt Butler Technological Institute, Kanpur. Presently, she is also principal investigator of an interdisciplinary research project in association with Department of Humanities and Social Sciences. IIT Bombay, funded by Indian Council of Social Science Research. Currently, she is working in a new project, Role of Women in Rural Transformation. Ma'am's contribution to the social entrepreneurship, sustainable entrepreneurship has been tremendously high. I take this honor to invite ma'am and to take the schedule further, ma'am. To you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dipali. It is really my pleasure, and I feel proud that we, Vesem Business School and Vivekananda Education Society is organizing this 5 days faculty development program, which is supported by AICT and ATAL in association with Research for Resurgence and International Humanistic Management Association. So we can think that, yes, the importance of this subject, that many organizations, national and international organizations, are supporting us for this conducting faculty development program. It means this subject is required. This subject is welcome from all parts of country and abroad. We will feel the requirement of this subject, that it should go to each and every university, and it should be taken, it should be welcomed from all parts of the world. It is my honor and privilege to welcome Professor Sahai, Dean Research, BIMTech, Professor Satish Moth, Director, Vesem, Professor Sandeep Bharadwaj, Director in charge, Vesem Business School, and Dr. Sachin Deshmukh, Dean, Vesem Business School, and dear all participants who are also the faculty member of Good Institute, who have joined this course from all parts of country, and they have given aside many important work, and then they are joining this program. So I hope we will certainly give a quality time and quality output and the quality content for this program. Already our Dean and our Sandeep sir talked about the social enterprise, social entrepreneurship. So what I will talk about, how this program we have planned and how this will go in these 5 days, and what is expected from you, what we are going to deliver, and how we can go through, and we can go through this journey together in these 5 days. So as I was reading a few books of Sri Aurobindo, and he has written, what is the problem and where is the problem? And he said that all problems of existence are essentially the problem of harmony. When we think that if we are harmony in our body and mind, then there will not be any problem. So, but there is a disbalance between harmony of body and mind, thinking and action. And Nobel Prize winner, Indian Nobel Prize winner Kailash Satyarthi said that you don't have to choose between doing business and doing good. Why? It's not important that we think about if we are doing business or commercial business, we can do only for the profit. With the same profit purpose, we can do the social welfare. So every business can do together both the things. So based on this concept, myself and Dr. Satish Moth written a book, which is first of its kind, that building a model of change, where we have taken theory and practices, which are mainly we have focused on Indian practices in various parts of the world, how they are managing their business, how they are creating impact, and how they are these businesses are creating social welfare. So the story starts with the various problems, and the story starts with the how to deal these problems. So there are various problems, not in India, in all parts of the world. But these problems take about, which we can talk about Sustainable Development Goal, all 17, I think you all are aware about 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which start from hunger and poverty, women empowerment, inequality, life in water, life in land, and with the conscious consumption and conscious productions. And the last is the creating peace. So these 17 sustainable goals, which are started from the Millennium Development Goal. First, this Millennium Development, there were 8 Millennium Development Goals, but it was not achieved as per the time given. And then this Millennium Development Goal were extended to Sustainable Development Goal. If you see and if you look at these 17 sustainable goals, and they have sub-sustainable development goal, which include all the aspect of the problems which are not directly or cannot be dealt by the market or by the government. So when we see these problems which are not correctly or not addressed by the government or by the policymaker or by the governance or by the market. So when the failure of market, failure of the government happens, then something emerges. What is that something? So in between, when you see the movement, the neoliberal model of economic has failed in ensuring the welfare of all citizens, and the growing gap between the poor and rich has become wider. This government also cannot afford to provide complete social welfare facilities to all citizens. And that's how a worldwide vision and worldwide campaign has started. And what is that campaign? That do not depend on the government, do not depend upon the institutions, do not depend upon some systematic structural change. What can be done? For that, what can be done? Structural change. That is the reason of emerging of some new kind of business, some new kind of performance, which are led by some change maker, which are led by some passionate worker. We call it social entrepreneurs. So this has emerged as a strong force to bridge the gap between demand and supply for fulfillment of socio-economic and environmental need, which emerged as a response of, as I told you, some market failure and both meeting need of society at bottom of the pyramid of the economy, which Professor Prahlad has written the bottom of the pyramid, which maximize the social impact. And he addressed, C.K. Prahlad addressed that it's not important that you can target only for the only market which is meant for the higher class. There is a big market for a lower class, for the bottom of the pyramid, which is not addressed by anyone. So how this market can be addressed by excuse me, just so I was talking about this market failure. So they took initiative to do something for society. So that is what is social enterprise or social entrepreneurship. This is a way to bring positive change by adopting a mission to create a sustained social value, which is not just private value. So this all is happening all around the world to target, to address that need which are not addressed by regular institutions or the government. So what to do? Actions are taking place, initiatives are taking place, and Ashoka is the best example, the biggest example. To start with, Ashoka has created thousands of fellows all over the world. In India, he started working in around 1980s. And from that period, this word social enterprise started in India and it's really spread in. But if we talk about Indian context, it was there in India from the ancient, from this dharamshala, this water management and providing support, providing food to the travelers, so it was there in India, but the systematic knowledge was not there. Systematic knowledge was created systematically after this started with the this systematic knowledge. So as we know, it is written in Bhagavad Gita that nahi kashyati chadmapi jatu tishtati karma kritam karyate havasha karma sarva prakriti jay gude. Undoubtedly, we do something. We are, as a human being, we perform action by either a positive way or the negative way. But these gunas and satgun and tamgun, this creates some kind of action. And we should know why we work. If we think before doing something why we work, what is work, how to work, what is the spirit of work, then we can define, then we can come in the closer concept of actually what is we are performing and whether this performance is helping to the social welfare or the social laws. Economic welfare or the economic laws, or the environmental benefit or environmental laws. So when we have this question in our minds, say how we are contributing for the welfare of society, and as a conscious person, as a conscious society, we can contribute. So this consciousness comes if you just give time to yourself and think about how I am contributing to society. So be as a academicians, or be as a student, or be as a business person, if we think about these things consciously, we would be really able to contribute a good society which will help to the social welfare. And then there is no question of this harmony. So in Bharati Parampara, we always promote the concept of Subh Labh. That profit should be Shubh, that take care of self, family, the keeping with the mind of current concept of Lok Sangrah, which is human welfare. Shubh Labh is ethical profit, so we call it Shubh Labh. In general, corporate profit means profit distributed to all the stakeholder and shareholder, and the remaining profit just give to the business to grow, and then remaining part to share that profit to sustain the business. So Niskam Karma is unattached action, and work is worship, and divinity in human, that is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So entire social business and the social entrepreneurship, if we see from the Indian context, and it is not only the Indian, it is working everywhere, that is dharma, karma, artha and moksha. If you see how it is built, how it is weaved in this concept to serve the society, to give. And that is also important what Gandhiji has worked about, that is Sarvodaya concept, that is human development in a balanced way, development, the social justice, and that with all these things, reduce poverty through the generation of the creating additional income and employment for the rural people, for the urban. So don't discriminate the rural and urban. That was the concept of Gandhiji. And although in the sustainable development goal, the last few goals, they are talking about conscious consumption and conscious production, so that everyone should get their part. Everyone should get something, and there should not be gap between poor and rich. There will be gap. We cannot say there will not be gap, but the gap would be there. But can we reduce the gap if we use only what we need? If we think about while buying conscious consumption, do we really need something to consume? Do we really what we need? And do we really need to have so much? So if we have a question in your mind, we can certainly give something to society, and we would be able to share this thing. So there are some basic concepts and various definitions and various things, but till now there is no specific definition emerged for the social enterprise, because it is emerging area and it is started with the case, and then so with the practical approach to the theoretical approach. But many countries have started working on that. They have made some policy, and some like Korea and European countries, UK, they have defined various policies and all, but India is still waiting for policy and all. But in India, many institute has started teaching as a regular subject or as a regular course, either a full course or the this elective course. Examples are XLRI, Jamshedpur, Ahmedabad. Tata Institute is the first institute who has started this course. I am Kolkata, Xavier University, Azim Premji University. I am Lucknow. I'm Bangalore. They all have started this course and they are working a lot. And in other countries, as I said, started as a full course, not only as an elective course. So that is the started point, and we should appreciate that this course is accepted in India also. And this is the example that we got this FDP from, supported by government. It means they feel the requirement of this subject, they feel the importance of this subject. So we don't need to say that the importance of this subject is growing, because government is accepting and you all have registered in this course, means you feel that this is important. We have many faculty, we have one best faculty for these 5 days. We will in these 5 days, we will give you continuous assessment. So today evening, we will give you one assignment. We will mail you. And this, what assignment which will mail you today is, you have to submit last day. Second assignment, we will give you tomorrow. Another assignment we will give you today, but you have to present the last day. And the last is exam that would be objective type. So these are the 5 assignment, 25 marks. So as you are aware, there is an exam of 100 mark and you need to have a 60% marks for getting your certificate. So we have divided this assessment in 4 parts so that you all can do better, you all can do, and you can easily achieve 80% marks you have to perform. This is a participative approach program. You have to participate. There would be a breakout session. There would be presentation. So don't think that this I will log in and I will go away and then we will get certificate. So that is not possible. You have to involve yourself in this entire program. Another thing is, which is very important, what we will achieve from this program. That is very important. It's not only to attend the program and just submit the assignment and get the certificate. After this program, after we can have a collaboration, we can co-create, we can create a book, we can create a book chapters, we can develop, we can release one journal, Indian journal on social entrepreneurship, we can create a workshop. And this faculty development program can be an annual affair, which Social Business Center of Vivekanand College can host everything, can be a center point of all these programs. We can create courses, we can create some elective courses, we can make course structure jointly. So there would be the short-term association, there can be a long-term association. We can create a body of knowledge for after this program. So we should look at the big picture after this program. We should look at a big output after this program, not only the attending the program and just submit the assignment and get the certificate. So my humble submission, my humble request is that should be participative and so we will make, I have designed something like that so that we can have a network session and we will create networking in these 5 days so that we can plan something together, either paper writing or workshop and all. This is the thing. Other thing we will keep on mailing you our other things. One important thing which I will tell you now, today our first session will go up to 3:15, and after 3:15 you have to just log out and immediately you have to log in for Professor Yunus class. Yunus session would start sharp 3:30 and till 3:50 he will speak about his area, his knowledge, and whatever he wished to. So 3:50 to 4, 10 minutes, he will take question and answer. My humble request is that you all can submit your question before 3 to me or to Pranjal sir, so that we can take your question in 10 minutes. And sharp 4, he will leave the meeting. And that is very important that you have to maintain this discipline today, because we have invited Nobel laureate, and this is a proud movement for Vezin for AICT, and for all of you that we are going to listen Nobel laureate. And this is our really proud moment that in this FDP, a personality like Nobel Prize laureate is going to address our faculty development program. And another prominent speaker from India is Mukul Kanetkarji, who is going to speak. So that is from my side, everything I have explained. Thank you very much. Be with us in 5 days. And I hope that we will certainly give you a orbit shift in these 5 days. Thank you very much.